Hey man, let's talk about something most guys completely overlook. The raw power of saying absolutely nothing. See, in a world where everyone's fighting to be heard, fighting to get their point across, most men never realize that true power often lies in what you don't say. You might think communication is all about having the perfect comeback, the sharp wit, the constant stream of words. But what if I told you your silence could speak volumes more than your words ever could? What if the most magnetic thing about you isn't what comes out of your mouth, but the moments when nothing does? Today, we're breaking down why strategic silence is the ultimate power move. And listen, this isn't about being awkward or antisocial. This goes deeper than that. This is about psychological dominance, about creating tension that works in your favor. So sit tight, because by the end of this, you'll understand exactly why the quietest man in the room is often the one everybody's watching. Let's get into it. Sign 1. Silence creates an irresistible mystery about you. You ever notice how some guys feel the need to tell their entire life story within 5 minutes of meeting someone? They're an open book, spilling everything about themselves, their achievements, their problems. And what happens? People lose interest fast. There's no intrigue, no mystery. But then there's that other type of man. He listens more than he speaks. He reveals information carefully, strategically. He doesn't feel the need to fill every silence with the sound of his own voice. And people are drawn to him. They lean in. They want to know more. Women especially pick up on this. When you don't reveal everything about yourself immediately, you become a puzzle they want to solve. The quieter you become, the more they hear. So next time you're in conversation, try holding back. Let them wonder about you. Create gaps they want to fill. Your silence will magnetize them more than any words could. Sign 2. Silence reveals who's really in control. Let's be real. Weak men can't handle silence. They get uncomfortable, they fidget, they start rambling just to fill the void. But a man who's comfortable in silence, that projects pure confidence. In negotiations, in arguments, even in relationships, the first person to break the silence usually loses. Think about it. Someone throws an accusation at you, asks you a challenging question, or tries to put you on the spot. The average guy rushes to defend himself, explain himself, justify himself. But the powerful move? Take a beat. Let the silence hang. Look them directly in the eyes without saying a word. Now you've flipped the pressure back onto them. I've seen it happen in boardrooms, in bars, in relationship fights. The man who can sit in silence while maintaining complete composure is the man everybody else will eventually bend toward. Silence isn't weakness. It's the ultimate strength. It says you don't need to prove anything to anyone. Sign 3. Silence makes your words hit harder. You ever notice how some guys talk and nobody really listens, but others say 3 words and the whole room pays attention? The difference isn't in their vocabulary or even what they're saying. It's in the scarcity of their words. When you speak less, each word carries more weight. People actually listen when you finally decide to break your silence. Think about it. We value what's rare. The man who's always talking, always giving opinions, always trying to be heard. His words become cheap, common, easy to ignore. But the man who observes silently, who takes everything in, who speaks only when he has something truly valuable to add. When he opens his mouth, people instinctively lean in. They know whatever's coming isn't going to be wasted breath. So stop diluting your impact with constant chatter. Build tension through silence, then release it precisely when you choose to speak. That's power. Sign 4. Silence forces others to reveal themselves first. Here's something most guys never figure out. The person who speaks first usually shows their hand. In any interaction, there's valuable information being exchanged, and the man who stays silent longer gets the advantage every single time. In business, in dating, in any human connection, silence creates a vacuum, and people can't stand vacuums, they rush to fill them. They'll tell you their intentions, their desires, their weaknesses, just to escape the tension of that silence. Have you ever been on a date and just paused after she answers a question? Not saying anything, just holding eye contact with a slight smile? She'll start elaborating, sharing deeper thoughts, revealing more about herself than she planned to. That's the power of silence at work. The average man is uncomfortable with these gaps in conversation. The exceptional man uses them strategically. He knows that silence isn't empty, it's full of answers if you're patient enough to let the other person fill it. Sign 5. Silence builds unshakable inner strength. Look, constant noise, whether it's from your mouth or your environment, it's a distraction. It keeps you on the surface level of life. But real power comes from depth, and depth requires silence. The strongest men I know all have one thing in common. They regularly disconnect from the noise. They create space for themselves to think, to reflect, to simply exist without constant input or output. They're comfortable being alone with their thoughts. This kind of intentional silence builds something in you that can't be faked. A centeredness, a clarity. You start making decisions based on your own inner compass rather than external validation. And people sense this in you. They can't quite put their finger on it, but they know you've got something different, something solid at your core. So start building periods of complete silence into your day. No music, no podcasts, no conversation, just you and your thoughts. It might be uncomfortable at first, but that discomfort is growth. That's your inner strength being forged. Look, man, in a world where everyone's fighting to be heard, the real power move is knowing when to go silent, when to create that space where others reveal themselves to you, when to let the tension build until it works in your favor. The loudest person in the room is never the most powerful. It's the one who knows exactly when to speak and when to say nothing at all. So pay attention to how you use silence, my guy, because once you master it, you'll never go back to filling every moment with pointless words. And that's when everything changes.